Okay, here we're back in Legend Heroes, Trails and Reverie, and we're gonna hop over to Lloyd to see if he is linked into C's route. Southern Crossbell.
Oh, there it is!
We should be safe to dock. I don't see any signs of the Ebon Defense Force.
Then we're good to go.
Ah, dry land. Yeah, I didn't realize that would take so long. The EDF doesn't seem all that interested in surveillance outside of the city. Rufus must be feeling pretty cocky, if you ask me. Thought they might retaliate against our Mork after the last run-in, but that never happened either. I don't know how to feel about that. It's like he doesn't even see us as a threat. But I guess we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. That overconfidence will be his undoing. Isn't that right, Kia? Yep, he won't know what hit him. But I'm still kind of worried about Risha. So am I. Yesterday, after the ancient battlefield.
I'm so sorry. I just don't know what came over me. How could I ever think of betraying you like that?
It's okay, San-san. You can't keep blaming yourself. If anything, I should have known something more was wrong. I'm a terrible friend for not realizing that you were struggling so badly or being manipulated. And Elia means the world to me. I should have been able to tell something was amiss.
Risha.
Thank you all for coming to our aid. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't shown up when you did. Really, thanks.
Don't mention it. Glad we could make it in time. The one you should be thanking is Zeit. We were looking into what the EDF was up to when he told us that you were in danger.
Did he now? Still, it's not like you to be modest, Wazi. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for rescuing us, Sight. You were a hero back there. And I've been way overdue for one of these.
That you have. My apologies for not returning after the operation.
You're so flaky, Sight. Do you realize how long it's been? Tio and I have been waiting for you to show up again all this time, you know?
My apologies. As a holy beast, there are limits to how much I can interfere. I am astounded at just how much you all have grown. The children of man truly do grow apace.
We'll take your word for it. It would be nice to think I've grown a little, yeah.
I'm just overjoyed to see you again. You were sorely missed, Zeit.
Yes, it's good to be back.
Funny to think I would be in the presence of one so soon after returning to the church. You should have seen the Congregation for Divine Worship's faces when you first reported to them about Zeit. Can you blame them for losing their shit? Who ever heard of a holy beast moonlighting as a police dog? Though I guess he can do whatever he wants for the most part. Sounds like his contract doesn't apply anymore. I don't think Zeit is nearly as weird as hearing you talk about church stuff, Ald. Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it. Can it? You'd better get used to it. Alright, enough with the funny talk. You folks ready to get down to business? Based on the info they found, sounds like you guys already know where you're headed. Yeah, Rhineford Military Factory to the west. You said the Ebon Defense Force has been frequenting it the last few days, right? Sure have. It's most likely where the Zauber soldats are being manufactured. It would make sense. I've been wondering how they were able to bring so many into Crosswell's borders without anyone noticing. I don't think the Imperial government or Reinford group would have allowed so many to be smuggled. Right, so if we consider that they were being manufactured from within Crossbell the entire time, then the dots point to this mysterious factory the EDF is connected to. That was one of the places where Sorgus and Melgaeus were being manufactured before the war. Everyone was convinced that the Black Workshop's tech was gone for good, though. I don't know how Alborea and his men got their hands on it. And worse, it looks like they made some improvements, too. We'll likely be crossing paths with these soldats from here on out, so that's bad news. That mask Ilya was wearing also looked like workshop tech, too. Yes, now they're using it to alter her personality, if not outright control her. I'd like to ask the Thor's graduates about what they know about how those masks work. That could be a good idea, but let's make our top priority searching that factory and finding information on the soldats. Something tells me we'll be able to fill in a few blanks about what's going on here and why Rufus Alborea is staging this occupation. Unfortunately, getting there is going to be easier said than done. The factory is to the west of Crossbell City while we're in the northeast. The only way I know how to get to the west side of the state from here is through the city. Yeah, it's not exactly an option with the EDF crawling all over the place. Guess we can't just hitch a ride near Merkaba either, huh? I wish. We brought it with us, and it should be safe with the other squires guarding it. They're using more advanced anti-air radar than the CDF was back in the day. It can even see right through the active camouflage, and they've been setting them up at all the key locations. Flying is a no-go. Shocking how well equipped they are. What the hell, even the Imperial Army doesn't have toys that good. Guess that's where the Black Workshop factor comes into play again. In that case, I think the smart play is to make our way to St. Ursula. How are we going to reach St. Ursula from here? Just so happens to get my hands on an orbital boat before things hit the fan. We should be able to use it to cross Lake Elm and reach St. Ursula on the other side. We would still be a ways away from reaching the factory from there, but I'm not seeing any better options. Let's take what we can get. That's a lot closer to the military factory than we are now, and we can find a route to it from there. We'll go with this. Thanks for the idea, Lecter. Your course is set, then. I will leave this land's crisis in your hands for the time being. Does that mean you're going to leave us again? I'm afraid so. There is something else I wish to take care of. But fear not, I too am part of the Triple S, so it is only a matter of time before we meet again. We'll hold you to that. Take care, Zeit. Yeah, I'll miss you, but let's see each other again soon. Yes, that we shall. Actually, I was thinking of staying here. I want to help look after my grandfather, and if the EDF does come to the village, I'll take responsibility to negotiate. We could have used your support, but you do make a good point. I'm worried about how things are at the hospital, so I'm tempted to come with. That said, I think my services are needed more here at the moment. At the very least, I want Speaker McDowell to make a full recovery first. Thank you, Cecile. I really appreciate that. I was also leaning towards staying here and hitting my connections. Besides, a large group isn't going to be able to sneak into the factory, and that's if we even manage to fit us all on a boat. It makes sense for some of us to stay behind and protect the village as we gather info.
In that case, I'd like to stay here as well.
Risha?
Are you sure, Risha?
That makes sense. You evaded her attack for the most part, but weren't you still injured?
Yes. Please forgive me, everyone. I just need a little time. I'm still not ready to face up to what happened to Ilya and Sansan just yet.
And that's perfectly fine. If that's your decision, then we respect it.
That's right. I'm sure you'll be able to find your way forward. And I'll be happy to have your help here in the meantime.
I'd be happy to help.
A lot of people are staying here, so that means I have to go with Lloyd. Where's this guy from, Kia? This is going to be a dangerous mission, you understand that, don't you? Of course. The factory is really far away, and there's no telling what's going to be there waiting for us. That's why I want to help gather info for us, and I can back you up with my order like I always do. Makes a lot more sense for me to go than it does to stay here, if you ask me. Well, give her some credit, she makes a good point. And I'll be tagging along too, that should make the operation a lot safer overall. My stigma should prove useful in a pinch. I don't think it'll be too dangerous for her. Alright. I should be glad that there are 2 other people willing to go, so I'd be happy to have you both. I'm counting on you, Wazy. You too, Kia. Glad to see you take your own advice when it comes to trusting us a little more. When it comes to us trusting her a little more. Make sure to back Lloyd up with everything you got, Kia. You bet I will. Well then, your odds of success are rising by the minute, aren't they? May you all ever keep your chins up and your eyes facing forward. Sounds overly optimistic to me. Believing in the future easily beats standing still. Sign me up for the sunshine you're pumping. Seriously though, you should give some thought to what your old cellmate said after our fight yesterday too. It might help you sort things out. Call it a hunch. Good luck with your little factory tour, Bannings. May the goddess be with you. Yeah, what can you say? A person has changed, Garcia.
We'll cut things short for today. Enjoy your freedom while you can and have fun struggling against the inevitable. You're helpless to stop us, now that you've lost your way.
Lost our way? What was that supposed to mean? Was he referring to the loss we suffered to Rufus back at the signing ceremony, or something even before then? I don't think we need to worry about our Morka with Vault and Scarlet staying there. Let's just focus on what we need to do here. Exactly. We gotta do our part while everyone else is working to help us. You've got me there. Illusions shattered. Our first goal is finding a route to the factory. We can start by seeing how things are here and hopefully gather some information. I'm willing to bet a lot of the people from the city fled here too. We might come across a familiar face or two among them. Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's get started. Kia's in the tag-along slot. She doesn't take part in combat, but she can use her orders. We can change that in the party screen. So we got new missions and Squire Vault data. I was about to say, should we be able to fish here? Dang it.
I bet we could fish here. Bye.
Crap.
This'll be good.
This one's gonna be tough. So I do have to hit it part way while it's still aggro, or we're going to call it the angry state, just to prevent it from falling back too far. Crap, I figured it would flip a little sooner, but we still got it.
It's a nice catch.
Noble carp. Celestial Balm. So I would have gotten an extra one of those if it had been a bigger one, I think. How do we open our notebook? Ah, they did fix it so you can only get 3 instead of 30. Oh well. Huh, Azelfish can give you a spirit droplet. They do tell you it's difficulty 3. That's really weird. 10 Earth, 20 time, 30 space. Rock Eater, it's all Earth, which is what I'd expect. Cobra Head's difficulty 6. We got that in Reverie. Difficulty 7. 8. Jeez. That... Oh, we would have gotten a Vitality Droplet. That's like 20 hit points, I think. Yep. The other thing about it is there... Costume... Nope. Oh well. Can't believe you came here by boat of all things. Don't worry, the EDF hasn't shown their faces around here since the occupation. We can't rule out that they'll come eventually. Everyone's a little on edge. Start offering counseling services for those who need them. You're welcome to attend as well. No way, is that you, Lloyd? One of your friends is here, but she's the only one. I wonder what I heard what happened. How did you even get here? Sorry for the surprise. We actually came across the lake on a boat. You don't say. You won't actually stop at anything. You really won't stop at anything when you put your mind to it, huh? Still, you're a sight for sore eyes. Everyone's been worried about what we'll do if the EDF storms in here. Oh, and about your friend. Should be somewhere in the hospital's main building now. I trust you to find her. You think it could be? Only one person comes to mind, but let's stay in suspense a little longer. The only female member unaccounted for is Tio, just like... Well, you could argue Noelle too, I guess, but... Noelle would actually be out fighting somewhere, I imagine, so it's gotta be Tio. So this is the annoying recipe from Azure that you have to wait 3 days for it to be prepped. That quest is already posted if you want to see it. It's Taste a Crossbow, I think. Now to feed all those other mouths, the kitchen's gonna be busy all night. It's a good thing some of the refugees have been lending a hand. We're not struggling as much as we might have. What if we made refreshments to hand out to the others? Now that's the spirit. Times like these call for doing a little selfless work to get your mind off of things. I don't know how far along I am when it comes to the books. I'm not really paying attention. I read online already that this is supposed to be like the easiest of the any Heroes game when it comes to getting collectibles or RP or really anything. I should be getting back to work. I've had to lend unused rooms here and in the hospital to refugees that can't return to the city. It's only natural there to be more to clean with so many people staying here. Not that I'm complaining, everyone's pitching in to keep things going around here, so I want to do my part as well. The cat just crawled up to the microphone in case she starts meowing. Staff dorms. You might hear her purr. And you can even see Tio over there, it looks like. Can't believe the old Governor General thinks he can just start calling himself our Supreme Leader. What a joke. They can call it whatever they want, but this is just a bunch of convicts causing trouble. They'll never get away with it. This United Nations thing they got going on is a complete pipe dream. It's never going to happen. I finally managed to smooth everything over with my old family, and now this is getting in the way. I just want this crisis to be over with so life can go back to normal. So if you're wondering how Gable's story ends, there he is. In Zero, he's hiding out here in the hospital, and in Azure, he now works here as a janitor. Let's do the scene. Thank you for all your help. We don't have much to offer in return, but here are some snacks. I hope you'll enjoy them.
You didn't have to do that, but the gesture is still appreciated.
Yeah, I've never fixed medical equipment before, so I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up.
You could have had me fooled with such fine work. You both did splendidly.
That's right, I don't know what we would have done without you. Wouldn't have escaped if it weren't for you. Would likely be brainwashed by the Supreme Leader like all the others. Just what happened to all of them?
I believe I owe you an apology. A big one. None of this would have happened had we protected everyone at the signing ceremony like we swore to. If only we'd been stronger.
Hey, come on, Tio.
Oh, Tio.
No, this isn't your fault. That's right, no one is blaming you for what happened. Looking back, I don't know what more you could have been expected to do.
Look, Lloyd, it's Tio.
I thought she might come here. Thank goodness she's all right. It looks like they're talking to evacuees from the city.
Hold on just a minute.
Yeah, things were doomed from the start. It finally dawned on me too. I don't know why we ever thought we could be truly independent. It's hopeless.
Huh?
What's gotten into you guys all of a sudden?
It's obvious, isn't it? The Supreme Leader never would have occupied us again if we just obeyed the Empire like we used to. We wouldn't have to be afraid of the EDF had we not dreamed of independence. And when you think about it, everything was better when we were in Imperial Province. Even the economy was booming. Why give all that up? Why do we ever want to be independent?
Hey! Get a hold of yourselves! What is wrong with all of you?
There really isn't any need to be so pessimistic.
The Supreme Leader and the EDF aren't all we have to worry about either. There's also those huge machines. They even have the old president's backing. Everyone in the city is enthralled by them. There isn't a shred of hope things are going to get better anymore.
No, that's not true at all. The SSS is going to keep fighting. We have allies we can depend on. The CPD, CGF, and even our friends from outside Crossbell. There are people who will surely help us. We won't allow you to suffer like this. We'll be the ones to put an end to it.
Tio.
Tio, you shouldn't.
We used to have hope too, thanks to you, or at least we thought we did. Whether it was the Mafia or that cult, or even when our own mayor became a dictator, we kept on believing. Not even imperial occupation or the war made us lose hope. But in the end, it was all for nothing. The science ceremony made us realize that. What we had was never hope to begin with. It was just delusion, and that made it even more painful once we accepted the truth. Again and again and again and again. Over and over and over and over.
We were never hope to them?
That can't be true. We can't just give up and...
Stop. Please just stop. Can't you see we're just so tired of all this? Besides, you've got no right to talk about us... no right to talk to us about ending our suffering. If you hadn't arrested President Qua, then we would have already had everything we ever wanted.
Everything we did was...
Can you all hear yourselves? You're completely full of it.
Aren't you?
Lloyd, Kia, Wazzy.
Hey, you guys are all right.
I was one of the people involved in that arrest, so let me make something perfectly clear. Letting Dieter Kreuss go free for what he did over 2 years ago was never an option. He attacked the city, had the speaker detained, and even tried to take over the entire continent. Dieter was arrested in accordance with state law. The same as any Crossbellin would have been. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, but what about Crossbell? They had a responsibility to do what was best for us.
A responsibility? And why's that? Because you made them your symbols of justice? Because you decided they were your heroes? The SSS is just a division of the Crossbell Police Department. Nothing more, nothing less. You have no one to blame but yourselves for thinking any different. Their purpose isn't to make all of your problems go away.
I think that was a typo back there. Well, one of the citizens said about Crossbell instead of the Triple S. No one thought...
I know it's been a long 2 years. 2 years where all Crossbellans could do was powerlessly watch the Empire trample over their pride. It's natural to wish that a savior would appear and solve everyone's problems. But personally, I never wanted to see Crossbell come to that. What Crossbell has given me is irreplaceable. Friends and family that mean the world to me, like Lloyd and Vald. So it pains me to see this as someone who's come to love Crossbell more than his old home.
Wazzy.
The SSS chose the path they did because they wanted a little girl to be free. But that same little girl couldn't help but feel it was her fault when she saw Erebonia invade and take over her home. Because she knew that none of it would have happened if she didn't exist. Kia, no. But she wasn't the only reason they chose the path that they did. The SSS had also seen how strong Crossbell became, facing adversity over and over again. They knew that if they chose any other path, the efforts and sacrifices of so many would be lost. Their home would never be the same. And they, along with that little girl, believed from the bottom of their hearts that all of Crossbell would overcome it for the better.
She's right. That was what we decided.
I want to answer the trust they placed in me however I can. I was all alone once, somewhere very dark. It's because of everyone around me that I have so much to be thankful for. The SSS and the people of Crossbell made me into the person I am today. So now I want to fight to help them. That means I'm here to pave a path forward for all of you too. And on it, I just know we'll see brighter days. Because it was Crossbell and its people that taught me the strength to persevere.
A path forward. Maybe she's right. It could be too soon to be giving up hope. It's true we've been through a lot of hard times before, but those experiences are what made us who we are today. Yes, you're right. That's part of what makes Crossbell what it is. Maybe we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for.
Look!
It's disappearing.
Looks like we're the ones who should be apologizing after all. That was no way to talk about people who've done so much for us. Now she put so much on the line to protect Crossbell. Yes, and somewhere along the line we start taking that for granted. I still don't know exactly what I can do to make a difference. But the least I can do is look for a way to move forward, just like you all have. That's right, we have to hold out hope.
Thank you, everyone.
Anyway, we should be grateful that you all made it out of the city safely. I just hope you'll keep up the good fight, Triple S. We'll keep cheering you on.
We have to keep doing what we always have. That's to keep moving forward. One step at a time. But we're not naive enough to believe that will be enough to take back what we lost. It's going to take the help of everyone who calls Crossbell home. So do me a favor and think about how you can help. What you would give to be free. And I promise the SSS will support you just as much as you've always supported us.
The Triple S and their allies then bid farewell to the citizens and left the rooftop. Back inside, a familiar nurse agreed to let them use the nurse's station to talk and decide what to do next. Was it Philia? Or was it supposed to be one of the twins? Because I thought they were both in Erebonia.
Tio. Sorry I kept you waiting again. I'm glad you're okay.
Do you hear yourself? I'm the one breathing a sigh of relief. Your injuries seemed so severe. And then we were all separated.
So that's what this is all about. I can't imagine how tough it's been for you three being kept in the dark. Thanks for worrying about me. I know it couldn't have been easy.
It never is. You're always so reckless. But I knew you'd come looking for me again. Lloyd, I'm so glad you found me.
Wasn't gonna stop till I did.
Aww.
Would you listen to them go on and on?
I'm so happy for you, Tio.
Would you knock it off with the crying already?
I was hoping for a bit more of a break to get a drink. I don't know what it is, my voice only seems to last in 5-minute intervals here. So you're headed for the Rhineford military factory to the west. I had a feeling that might be it. You did. So that must be what you three have been doing here, then. Precisely, the Chief Yona and I have been looking into some suspicious information surrounding the factory. I eventually spotted a certain sketchy professor amidst the chaos of everyone fleeing the city. You mean that slimeball that supported the illegitimate regime from 3 years ago? Ouroboros' sixth Anguisse. Professor F. Novartis, the head of the 13 factories. I had a feeling the society was involved. His specialty is applied sciences, right? He's the one in charge of all their crazy powerful tech. Yes, in addition to being the engineer who completed the first generation ions. His involvement could explain that new Panzer Soldat model, or that new Zauber Soldat model and that strange mask. That's why we've had our attention placed on the military factory. Good thinking, it's looking more and more likely that we'll uncover something to help our investigation there. Have you three found an infiltration route? Just so happens we have. Yona and I looked into it. There was a cargo line while the factory was still under construction before the war. It feeds directly into the underground railway that connects to St. Ursula. That's convenient. Almost too good to be true, but I trust it if it's Tio's source. If Tio's the source. We should head there right away. There's no time to waste. The sooner we uncover what's really happening, the better. Yes, the church isn't going to look the other way if it turns out the society is the one orchestrating this incident. There's no telling the extent of that Alberea fellow's plans. But it's high time we shed some light on what's really going on. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it if we all work together. Just try not to get caught, will you? Don't let all that hard work we did go to waste. Don't worry, we'll be careful. And thanks, Yuna. We really owe you one for helping Tio out. Save it, Banny. It's not like I did that much. Still, I guess it's good to see you back on your feet. You're the same obnoxious brat you ever were, huh? That's part of Yuna's charm. Knock it off already. Well then, we'll leave investigating that factory up to the four of you. Yuna and I will continue gathering as much info here as we can. You can reach the underground railway platform from the first floor lobby. Got it, thanks. We'll be going now, Chief. Look after yourself. Same to you, Tio. So, Burning Heart is now Burning Heart 2, whatever that means. Yeah, I can't see what the old one was. It allows you to siphon HP, restores a BP, which is pretty important. I don't know how this differs from, crud, what's her face? Just, Yuna's. Still have our Analyze, it's a physical variant, the Zanber. This has Impede, which it didn't have in any of the Crossbell games. And Absolute Zero, her secret move from Zero. I'm gonna keep sleuthing around for info about the capital and looking into what's going on with the Supreme Leader. Try to let all my hard work go to waste if you can help it, game. Take care out there. Her Dr. Salem is unaccounted for as well. She was supposed to attend an academic conference in Reverie. You all are also acquainted with her, yes? I don't know if it has anything to do with the EDF, but I can't help but suspect it. It might help to keep it in mind as you're out scouting around. Hope Dr. Salem's okay. Same, we'll keep our ear to the ground. And before we go any further, we actually should look at the gear. So, we have technically 2 magic casters. She's just more heavily suited for magic. Jeez, I barely have anything. Some of these are probably on the Airbonia group. Okay, we have to build Wazy as a physical attacker for the time being. So that means we can give her the Force Medal. And I guess this one too. Actually... this will make her a little bit of a better caster. So he has Caliburn, CP through offensive art casts, and then he gets a strength buff and a CP surge when he goes low. Tio, on the other hand, has Katse, absorbs magic, chance for crits, and bonus when casting time. As a sub, she's packing Virgo for even, like, so this is 55 and this is 40, so does that mean I have a 95% chance, or does it just go with the highest, I wonder? Otherwise, we have a couple spells for her, but nothing too devastating. This is the one we can most easily part with. And we can pop in an action 2 instead. Get rid of this for another action 2. Oh wait, that's mine. It's this one I need to get rid of. Some of you are probably wondering, like, what am I smoking? But that's what I meant. So, we don't have a good synergy here. We actually have only Tyrol here as a healing move. What I'm getting at is you get CP and healing, but the CP, it does come from offensive arts, so I guess you could try to do that and stay sustained. Maybe that could work. And then he'll be our backup healer since he'll get breath and Mercuria from Pixie. Lloyd, on the other hand, he's got Pac Murakumo from Risha, that's her name. And that's going to allow him to just throw out some random status bombs. Yeah, the group's in okay condition. That military factory is even sketchier than you thought it was. Now I know for sure if that's where the Zalber Soldat's and Elia's masks were made. So I know one way to find out. I'll get the only film I can once it's time. Can't let Tio be the only information whiz. Nurse Jenny. Seriously? I can't help but feel this is supposed to be a Pokemon thing where... Is there like an Officer Joy somewhere? Several of her staff members were on their way to a conference room in Fury when the EDF attacked the city. Dr. Salem was to give a speech about the surgery she performed on the Emperor, and Dr. Lago was going to debut a thesis he wrote while working as a military doctor on the battlefield. Head nurse Martha and several other doctors who worked at the army were invited too. Hope they're okay. I was thinking of going up to the roof for some fresh air earlier. Last thing I wanted to do was interrupt, so I kind of stood back and heard that big altercation. Not gonna lie, even I was moved when I heard everything that Triple S has been through. Can't believe I've been part of the problem. Still have a lot of growing up to do. So yeah, they changed the format of this hospital. So you used to only be able to go up from over here. This was Shizuku's room, if I remember correctly. We'll look at the door on the way out. They say I'll get to leave the hospital soon because of all the rehab I've done. My hands are still kind of numb, but I can even hold a pen now. It's all thanks to the surgery I had with Dr. Sayland. Lindy promised she'd take me to the radio station and leaves when I finally got discharged. Then once my hands are fixed, I want to start practicing the piano again. So everything in the city needs to get better. A lot of folks who fled from the city have been helping around the hospital. They do things like change the sheets and keep the rooms tidy. It's wonderful. We're on the second floor. What the hell? Yeah. So that's the way onto the roof. Wow. So yeah, they don't even let you on the third floor. That's where Shizuku's room was. This was just a patient room. That's the elevator. Feeling any better today, Yarnak? Sorry, Saron, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. What happened to me during the war? All I can think about was vengeance. I betrayed everything Prince Olivert stands for. There's no place for me in Alstar anymore. I'm no better than those Ebon Defense Force goons occupying Crossbell. That's why I don't even want to go through rehab. Just leave me alone. Still down in the dumps, huh? I've been thinking that what you need is a change of pace. I know, how about writing a poem? Why would I do that? I've never written poetry in my entire life. You should try it. I used to write all the time when I was a student. I'd write stuff like, mint chip yesterday, chocolate for tomorrow, vanilla today. Haiku, of course. No, I want some ice cream. You sure are a unique one, Saron. He does not mean that as a compliment, though. You weren't keen about wanting ice cream, huh? I won't lie, it's hard to stay down around you, Saron. Hey, he is saying what you're all thinking, right? Your neck was originally placed in the head nurse's care. When she got reassigned and had to leave, Martha told me it's all or nothing, Saron. I'm counting on you. That was my tummy. I'm gonna take a sneaky snack time now. It's all too overwhelming, honestly. Dealing with my recovery is tough enough, and now Crossbell's in danger again. How much longer will we have to fear Imperial rule? How much more do we have to endure? What am I gonna do with you? You got so happy when you heard Crossbell's gonna be independent, you jumped for joy and threw out your back. Now I'm stranded here because I came all this way to visit you on the day of the signing ceremony. Why me? Why must bad things always happen to good people? Ah, stuff a sock in it, will you? Here, have a dried persimmon, that should keep you quiet. You stole those from me to begin with. Not that I'm gonna say no, but don't think you can put me in a good mood so easily. That's a little twisted, although I'm pretty sure we've done that several times in video games by now. How do you stay so optimistic all the time? You've got some nerve. Don't think a few dried persimmons are going to make me forgive you. What was I thinking, letting myself get down so easily? Sure, what happened at the science ceremony was a real shame. But there's no point at wasting my energy being sad. I need to get out of this funk and get back on track. So yeah, you can't go down on that side.
You can get to the underground station through the lobby.
Oh, I spot the door. Beat you there.
I know some familiar faces are missing from the hospital. Dr. Silence, Cecile, even Dr. Lago and the head nurse. They've all done so much for me, I really hope they're safe wherever they are. The hospital is currently housing several refugees from the city. There are also several patients and visitors that have nowhere else to go now. It's natural they would all feel uneasy with Crosswell being in a state of emergency. We're doing everything in our power to provide healthy meals and keep them comfortable. I've heard some businesses remain open under the careful watch of that Eben Defense Force. At least that means we can still expect supplies to be transported. That's one less thing to worry about for the time being. And the word thing may have been missing from that sentence. I'm trying to remember it. I'm still concerned about the city. There's a rumor going around that people have been brainwashed. Can't be true, can it? Oh, hey there, Lloyd. Glad to see everyone's doing okay despite how crazy things have gotten. You're Peter with the Fisherman's Guild, right? Good to see you're hanging in there yourself. Somehow or other, although I'm really anxious right now after getting separated from the other guild members, but knowing them, I'm sure they're doing what they can to help everyone back in the city. So I'm trying to take a page out of their book and help around the hospital, as well as monitor the lake's water quality. The water quality? Why that? During the war, there were abnormalities detected in those readings, so I figure in this case, better safe than sorry. Thankfully, there's nothing amiss at the moment, so no need to worry there. It's good to hear. Glad to know you're staying on top of things. Just don't work yourself too hard. Times are tough for everyone. You gotta have some Peter time every now and then. That does not sound right. Right, of course, Lloyd. I appreciate the advice. I'm the type who needs to keep moving to distract himself from everything going on, though. So in some ways, pushing myself a little might actually be the best thing I can do for my own well-being, if you can believe it. Don't shake hands with that guy. I checked myself into the hospital with a terrible cold on the day of the science ceremony. It turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. Who knows what that Eben whatever force would have done to me if I was trapped in the city. I'm so glad you were able to reunite with your friends, Tio. I take it you'll be leaving with them? Nothing gets past you, Lan. Yona and the Chief will be staying behind, though. I'd ask you to look after them, but they really need to grow up and stop requiring a babysitter. Tough love, thy name is Tio. Oh, come on, I know you care for those boys deep down. I'll be sure to keep an eye on them for you. And here, take this before you go. Much appreciated. Wow, are you sure we can have these? Sounds like some folks still need some supplies. It's fine. Think of it as a preventative care. Last thing I want is you guys coming here as patients. Alright then, you should all be on your way. Good luck out there. Okie dokie. Oh, they do let us back here. So, the examination rooms were not there. Then we had Beldine and Lago's labs here. Internal medicine. I was out shopping during last month's incident. To make matters worse, Lago was shopping at the same store, so I had to take shelter with that cue ball. This time, though, he managed to avoid the worst of it because of that conference he was invited to with Dr. Sayland. It was only a coincidence, but it seriously bugs me how lucky he can be. Oh well, silver linings that I've got the place all to myself, and I can help my patients in the hospital as I see fit. The war didn't last very long, but I learned a lot during my brief time as a field medic. A lot of it was technical expertise, but I also know what it means to be brave and how to make split-second decisions. Now I have a chance to put all those skills into action once again. Thing is, I was drawing a blank on how to apply any of it here to help here and now. Then Michaud mentioned he wanted to open a counseling room for the patients. I was surprised first, but now I get it. It's the kind of healing people need right now, something that comforts the heart. Turns out I still have a long way to go before I catch up with Michaud. Is he seriously talking about the guy who lived in the downtown district? So are we able to go out the front? I would actually want to go out it. So Depending on how long this next part goes, this might be where I end up putting the break in the video. It'll just be our tour of St. Ursula. So I'm gonna take a break to try to get something to drink, and I'll see you guys. Okay, let's head on in. I don't actually know if this is an outside location because I don't believe this existed prior to right now. This is my first time seeing the new subway line they built. It's a little eerie hearing how deathly silent it is down here. Yeah, all the trains were stopped after the city was occupied, right? Yes, we don't need to worry about the tracks being active. We should eventually reach where the freight and passenger lines split if we follow the line to the north. Let's make that our first destination. Well, again, train lines like this always makes my heart race. Always? You've done this before? Definitely. We've had to do this more than a few times over the last couple of years. Alright, let's get going. Now, when the Triple S did it, Kia was somewhere else. I don't know if there's any treasure chests anywhere here. Because hiding them in the corner would be devious, like Nocturne level devious. This way leads to Michelin, factory's the other way. Nothing hidden there. So you actually could have just walked over. Oh. Well, there is something down
My
here.
turn.
Okay, yeah.
God, that
Let's
sucks.
go. Come on, baby. Rumble.
That sucks too. I think we're stuck with this. Slot. We can grab a couple on Tio. Lazy's fine as is. Jeez. What do we need to upgrade a Break 2 to a Break 3? Two Break 2s. It'll double the strength, give me a little bit of extra. Personally, I think that's gonna be worth it. Okay, I can get a Mind 3 most likely. See, that's quite a big boost. Ooh, evade. I almost missed that one. Okay, we burned a lot of important stuff. So do I have to unequip them? Poison 4. This is gonna be annoying. That's a maybe. Crap. Is there even a way to access them from here without hopping over? Ah, that sucks. Okay, we'll just have to remember to do it as Rean's team. It's only 2U material. There may be a use for this. Okay, let's slap those on real quick. In case you're wondering, I keep reverting back to the Azure controls, which is why stuff pops up like that. Break 3. Yeah, I don't even know why she has this. I'm getting rid of that. EP cut 3. So I'm going to take this off for Action 3. We're going to have her as a potential healer, so... She only has the one spell, though, so it's going to be actually... yeah. Okay. Strength and equip. So we'll get the 7th Nova +1. There was a Schrödinger staff in one of the games. I think it might have been 0. I don't know what their obsession is with felines. Like, the only cool part about the way they upgrade this is you can actually see the difference between the two, so it's 200 strength and 20 arts. For Wazy, 200 strength, 20 arts, no crit difference. We can afford to part with those reviving bombs for the most part. Get 2 of these just in case we need them as a clutch thing. I don't think there's much case you made for an EP charge for 1. 750 is pretty much all my stuff at the moment, so that's good enough. Okay, they have the macarons. And they have several independence rolls. Yeah, that's the defense one. I could probably find a Pecky plush if I looked hard enough. Earthbell I'm not interested in. This one I am interested in, it's just I don't have the Sepith to come even close to even dreaming of making that. We have one of those, we don't really need to get another one. This one's a little tempting, but you get a guaranteed item drop if you just break the enemy, so I'd rather stick with that, I think. This one's just so damn tempting. Heat up. I think it was Flare Butterfly. Someday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything.
Crumble!
I can't see there's anything I can use to replenish my assault gauge, otherwise I'm just relying on running around.
Take this!
Can we break these? Or... no. Oh well. We made it to the junction. If we keep going straight, we'd eventually reach the city. But I seriously doubt the EDF doesn't have that direction heavily guarded. I wouldn't risk it. Yep, no need to rush it. I'm sure we'll make it back to the city eventually. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we gather our friends to teach that so-called Supreme Leader a lesson. No one stands between us and our home and gets away with it. That's the spirit. I mean, we've already done this once in Azure, so...
So Kia, Wazi, a little late, but I've been meaning to thank you for earlier.
For what?
Whatever is it for this time?
Don't play dumb. I'm talking about how you chimed in at the hospital. You helped me realize something important. The citizens of Crossbell weren't the only ones who had lost sight of the truth. We had too. The SSS had a clear dream 2 years ago, when Crossbell was annexed by Erebonia. We wanted our home to be free again, but it wasn't just that. We weren't blind patriots, fighting to protect personal pride or acting on some grand ideal. Had we been, our actions wouldn't have led to Crossbell losing its freedom. Wouldn't have led it straight into the arms of the Empire. And the little girl we protected, over giving Crossbell its freedom and future, wouldn't be here supporting us. What we truly wanted. For her, and for every citizen who would have to bear the burden of our choices, was for them to smile. And if we could give them their home as well, then they could be free and smile as much as they dreamed. It really was that simple.
Lloyd. It's true. That's how I felt. And I'm sure Ellie and Randy would say the same. But sadly, I agree. Somewhere along the line, we lost sight of that goal. The more expectations people placed on us, the more we became convinced we were obligated to win back the state's freedom.
That soon turned into wanting to be seen as the very symbols of independence. To be seen as heroes to our home. All the while, we were turning our eyes away from the feelings of despair and distrust that the people had been harboring. Those feelings were probably what allowed Rufus's words to worm their way into the citizens' hearts. But regardless, we aren't going to lose our way again. We'll keep sight of our goal this time and do things our way. We're not miracle workers. We'll just do our best to make people's lives better, while others help us as much as we help them. That's what's allowed us to come this far.
Good. That sounds more like the SSS I fell in love with. And if you ask me, that's what it's going to take if you want to make it through this ordeal too. Every crisis you've overcome to date has been with the help of countless others, and this will be no different.
I think what Wazi means to say is every crisis we've overcome, because we're all one big family at the end of the day. That's why I decided to become Kia Bannings.
This is a chance for us to start over from zero, then.
That's right. We're going to reclaim everything that was taken from us. And as always, we're going to fight, struggle, and shine the light on the truth. Together.
Huh? What was that?
I heard it too.
That sounds like...
It's gunfire.
And not just gunfire either.
Look up ahead.
Stop where you are, rebels! Surrender now, or there will be no mercy!
You holding up all right, Tita?
I'm fine. But at this rate... Get down, you two!
There's more of them. Where did you guys come from?
The SSS? What are all of you doing down here?
We can explain later. Let's focus on taking care of these guys first.
The SSS, huh? It must be our lucky day.
Our Helmut will punish all who dare to oppose the Supreme Leader!
That must be the name of this new model.
This is the last place I want to fight a Zauber Soldat. Nevertheless...
Exactly. Now's not the time to falter. Everyone, prepare for battle!
I'll back you up with my orders.
Got it.
Okay.
Don't let your guard down.
Okay, that's fine. Wazy can sit on the bench for now. By the way, if you want to see her ordered cherubic smile, gives you 20 CP and guaranteed crits for 4 turns. And if you want to see what we picked up here, we now have Blast Force. So it's your damage amplification with strength and defense attached to it. Pretty nice, but a little pricey. And then Crimson Break. So, strength boost doubles your break stuff for 8 turns. Compared to this, which is 1.5 for 4 turns, but it gives you CP and it only costs 1.
Break them! Raging Hammer!
Crap. Double crap.
I'll go.
So this is an impede.
Sorry. They're down.
There!
Okay.
She does have an MP with Zamber. It's just, can these guys survive that long?
Beginning analysis.
A soldier with the Supreme Leader, he turns his blade coldly toward any who resists the occupation of Crossbell.
My turn.
Oh, actually I have those. The only one I'm missing is Helmward. I actually should have shown that.
I'll follow up. It's my go.
Break them!
It's my go. Ready. There!
There! Payback! Right.
Yeah, that'll work.
Zero Viper! Now!
Following up!
All right.
Yeah, it's a little too pricey for me to use again without doing this. So we know we have a guaranteed crit coming up here.
Give them hell! Crimson Break! My turn. Go down! Get him!
I'll follow up!
Take that!
Okay. Ready. Break!
There! Why, you...
I can do it!
So we have this as our AoE heal. Pretty sizable range too, and it even works on herself. Heavy XL. This is your break move, but you can see it's extremely pricey. This one's not too bad.
I'm gonna get ya! Here's our chance!
There!
Impossible. It's my turn.
And we'll do it.
Cheer up, guys! Cherubic smile!
Right.
Nope, can't have both.
Hey! Yeah. Impossible.
Okay. Yeah!
my turn.
Hey!
Now!
Following up!
Well, crap.
I won't let you!
Okay, that was
If you
a
need
flesh
me.
wound.
Cannon activate! Good luck, everyone!
Thanks.
Thank you.
Don't you miss the good old days when Tita used a
my turn.
bazooka?
Right there!
It's my turn.
Zero Breaker!
Now, the bad news here is I don't
Raring to go.
have anything for speed. So we can't do any sort of weird, funny cheese. And get 2 of my points back by doing this.
Get him! Blast Force! It's my go. Break!
There! All right. Now!
I'll follow up.
All right.
It's my turn.
Let's do this. This is it. Tiger charge!
Now!
Following up. Raring to go. Commencing drive.
Payback!
Leave Tita alone, dude.
There. I'll go. Okay. Commencing drive.
All right. Now!
I'll follow up.
It's my turn.
Not really needed, but do it again.
This is
Whatever
it.
he has to throw out, I should be able to use space tank if I were interested.
They're open!
Following up. Yeah. Enemy neutralized. On to the next.
Man, you guys were super cool.
Shut up, Kia.
Leveled up.
I got a little strong.
Of course I'd improve.
This can't be happening. How did that glorified forklift manage to overcome the latest outburst Soldat? We must report this to the Supreme Leader at once. We managed to take it down. I didn't doubt that we would. Good work, everyone. Thought we were goners when they were chasing us back there. Yeah, we owe you guys one. Thanks for saving our bacon. Doubt we could have taken out that Soldat thing without you. Don't mention I'm glad we could count on Tita and her rollable gear. Here's hoping it'll be smooth sailing from here. Look at the awesome team we're assembling. I'm sure everything will work out at this rate. You guys look like you're in good spirits. I'm so glad you're alright. So what are the two of you doing down here in the first place, Tito? You came running from the direction of the city. Well, the thing is, maybe it's fate we ran into you guys now of all times. You haven't seen Erica around, have you? Professor Russell. No, has something happened to her? We were in the IBC building when the city was occupied. A bunch of the black uniformed soldiers stormed the building and demanded that my mom go with them. Next thing we knew, she was shoving us in an elevator leading underground.
Oh,
Mom, what's gotten into you?
Are you freaking kidding me? I can handle this, so let me...
Does your dumb, thick skull have eyes? You saw how many there are, and they have that new model with them. I have a different request for you, Agate Crossner. Protect Tita, even if it costs you your life. Do I make myself clear?
Damn it, Erica!
Mom!
So that's what happened. I'm not surprised Professor Russell put your safety first, although. Yeah, she's as stubborn as a mule. But it's my fault she did that. I never should have allowed her to stand up in the situation to begin with. That's on me. You don't have to blame yourself, Agate. Guess that means Estelle and Joshua haven't been with you guys, huh? I'm afraid not. We haven't been able to get in touch with them since the city was occupied. Something must be jamming communications. I hope they're alright. Estelle and Joshua are both seasoned bracers. I trust they'll be alright. I'm more worried about your mother. I don't doubt that she's pretty tough for a researcher, but these are trained soldiers we're dealing with. I think it's safe to assume that she is still in the EDF custody, though. EDF custody, at least. However, that doesn't answer why they wanted your mother to begin with. We don't know either. The soldier said something about someone needing helpers, but that's all we know. We managed to access one of the underground computers after that. That's how we learned she was taken to the Rhineford military factory. I have my suspicions on who this someone could be, which means I also have a really bad feeling about this. So do I. Only one name comes to mind based on the information we have thus far. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This is a guild request at the end of the day. The job's not done until it's reported and the client gives us the reward. I'm dragging Erica out of there so I can get paid whether she likes it or not. We'll save her for sure. Sounds like we're headed to the same place then. You can count on us for support. The more the merrier. Thanks everyone, we'd really appreciate it. I should at least be able to lend a hand when it comes to things like information gathering and technology. Don't undersell yourself, I'm sure you'll be of great help. I'm not gonna lie, running into you guys was good timing, we could really use the help. No problemo, teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it? So the military factory is that way, huh? Yeah, let's get moving. So we get the Agate and Tita notes. The route leading to the city is really well guarded. The fork to the left will take us to the military factory, yeah? Let's do it then. Almost went right back there.
Okay, I can do it. Go!
Yeah, I think we're gonna be stuck with her up here. Although his is kind of nice.
Let's go!
Raring to go. If you need me. Pow!
See, I just realized I didn't even look at their gear. I'm gonna give him the Theseus ring. Giving this to her just because it gives her stats. It's gonna suck when I reach the next dungeon area, the next Reverie corridor, because we're not gonna have enough gear for everyone. She has Mobius, which is the item thing. In all seriousness, it's like one of the most worthless of the Master Quartz. He has Beowulf and Caliburn. So Beowulf recovers CP through offensive art cast, which is worthless for him. Although he does get the surge of stats and the CP when he's low. So yeah, having Beowulf as a sub on her is okay. For Caliburn... yeah, he has crap here trying to turn him into a caster, which makes no sense. Let's give him Emblem as a sub. We're up to 326 for the new materials now.
Looks tough. Better watch ourselves.
Gravion Hammer Super Rare awakens energy sleeping deep below the earth. Strength and defense attached to it. Seriously? Fine. Okay, that one's down. It has a lot of HP, so just be aware you're going to be slugging at it for a little while. I ended up petrifying it and shattering it just to bring that to an end.
Looks like we're not alone.
Tempted as I am to knock their asses farther underground, it's probably not the best idea right now.
Hopefully we can sneak around some other way.
Okay, new enemy type. We can see if there's anything I need to bust up, but we should probably fight first.
Go!
No U materials, but loads of battle scopes. So I just realized something that is really weird. If you notice, Lloyd with the triple S, I imagine they should have higher links than, you know, level 3. Tio just hit 4, I'd noticed. That makes no sense to me. After everything they've been through, like, I'd expect them to be the highest, even more so than Class 7, really.
Go!
Wonder who would put that chest there.
Holy symbol. So, the evade on it's kind of nice. One second, I need to look at my stats here. Looking at accuracy. Oh my god, these guys miss. So no one's below 50%. The reason why I mention it is I missed 3 attacks in a row. So I'm wondering, like, did Agate and Tita just not have good numbers, or... Yeah. 1 second. It may be a little jarring for me to keep hopping into the menu here. I have 64 battle scopes. That's probably enough to last me the rest of the game. I got like 14 of them from the past 2 fights. Here's a big one.
Enemy threat level.
13 U materials off that fight because that's Turtle, Snake, what are you going to call it, Genbu Wannabe, kept summoning enemies that I just kept
Time
busting.
to kick open that treasure chest.
True Solemn Buckle prevents burn. I prefer something that prevented mute, but maybe that's just me.
Go!
I should probably rest up before going any farther.
So, that was a 4.5 EXP mod. I didn't mind throwing everything into that. I got like 22 U materials in the end.
Go!
Yeah, I may as well pick this place clean since it doesn't look like there's any more enemies. Brave Seed?
Huh. Not often you see one of these.
Very nice. We made it to the other side.
If we keep going north, we'll reach the station for the military factory.
We're not out of the woods yet, so be sure not to let anyone spot you.
They aren't aware of us yet. Let's slip to the military factory before they do. Trying to see if there's like any chests around here. You can always trade the bombs in, so. Fine, okay, so I'll be putting the break in here. When we pick up next time, we have to do Reens, I guess. So I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. That felt like Mir's reacting again, but to what? Will it actually let me move forward? Okay, goodbye, folks.